What, no Cave Johnson speech? Instead, it's classical music. And the walls are empty. Oh, this is new. I can see why it was highly rated already. Unique.
This next test is dangerous. I'll be right back.
Not to mention, GLaDOS is talking to us for once. So this is Pure Intellect, Pure Intellect, Part 1, a lesson in class something. Again, too long a title. So, first things first, it appears we've got some sort of wall we can get to down there. Nothing I can actually get to, admittedly. But hey, it's something. It appears that that's some sort of electric field, or it looks like an emancipation grid, but weaker, but I can't say that I entirely know what it is. Still, it looks like our first test here is simply going to be flinging up into the air and placing our portals accordingly. Almost sounded like I'd hit water there. Yeah, that's a bit of a weird effect. It seems to think I hit the water whenever I go through this lower portal. It's definitely interesting. I can't say I've ever encountered something like that before. Oh wow, do I have to fire right as I'm about to... I think I have to fire right as I'm about to hit the ground. Oh dear, or I could just... hold on. Yeah, it's a bit easier. Would probably be worth it to, not kill myself, that sort of thing. Okay, so I can stand here. What is this field? Oh, it just appears to stop me from moving through. Well, that's simple enough. I probably should have quick saved before touching a deadly field, but you know, that's perfectly alright. I didn't... Granted, it wasn't deadly, but it could have been. Oh, I would have been in trouble then, I tell you that much. So, I gotta say, this is definitely a different experience from other test chambers that I've been in thus far. I've got the little... Are they the ones doing this? They are matched to the sounds that I'm experiencing, so it's possible that the turret orchestra is supposed to be what's playing this. I'm gonna keep that orange portal in mind. But what could possibly be happening here?
I'll just save the safety information about the dangerous test you're about to do for after the experiment.
Okay. What is going on, and why is there such a large collection of emancipation grids?
Your confidence is still not high enough.
They're not
Remember,
deadly.
No one was created perfect. Well, let's do some tests and see what happens.
This is cool, I like this. It's got an actual sort of storyline behind it. Oh, whoa. Holy holy shit. What is going on? Wow. Holy shit. Oh, please let me up. I want to see what's going on. What the heck just happened? Did I just get teleported? I feel like I just got teleported, and now I'm going outside of testing facilities? Oh my god, it's like an actual story map. I love story maps. They're not particularly common. I mean, I don't think I've done one since the very, very beginning. I'm talking like, the very beginning. What was it called? 12 Angry Tests. Oh, I played that ages ago. I loved it, granted. I thought the fact that it even had a final boss fight was just...
Friends. I'm Cave Johnson, CEO of Aperture Science. You might know us as a vital participant in the 1968 Senate hearings on missing astronauts. And you've most likely used one of the many products we invented, but that other people have somehow managed to steal from us. Black Mesa can eat my bankrupt...
Sir, the testing?
Right. Now you might be asking yourself, Cave, just how difficult are these tests? What was in that phone book of a contract I signed? Am I in danger? Let me answer those questions with a question. Who wants to make $60? Cash.
Alright, so we've got the cave quote from last time. We also appear to have... Oh, well, first things first, we obviously have a button to activate something or other. It looks like we've got a cube up there that we can't quite get to until we deactivate this here. But I also can't get up to that cube without bounce gel. To get the bounce gel, I'm gonna have to place a portal there and over here. And then activate that using what? something through here, a button through here. Okay. This should be easy enough. But yeah, as I was saying, I absolutely love storyline tests, but I haven't seen any for a long-ass time. I can't even remember. I mean, it was 12 angry tests, but I'm trying to remember when I encountered 12 angry tests. I mean, it's got to be absolute ages ago by this point, doesn't it? And months? Maybe even years? For anyone who didn't watch it, 12 Angry Tests was the story of the defective turret from Portal 2 kinda going crazy on you. And eventually trying to kill you, so that was unfortunate. I mean, he was a cool enough guy before he tried to murder us, but eventually there was a giant boss fight at the end, complete with explosions and all sorts of cool stuff. And how do I get to this button, by the way? I haven't figured that out yet. I'm working on it. I'm working on figuring it out. There's got to be a portable surface in here somewhere. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it was very cool, but it's been a long time since I've seen a map that could really live up to it in terms of just being exceptionally cool and exceptionally unique. But I'm thinking that if this map continues being as cool as it is at this point, then we might finally have a contender. Coolest map again. I think I'm going to have to redispense that cube real quick, since I do have... yeah, I have to get up there. So the cube on the button, bounce up to the other cube, grab it, place that on the portal, or place that on the switch. Bing bang boom, done, out. Alright, easy enough. Yeah, cool, there we go. Hopefully that isn't the end of this test chamber, and I don't think it is even. Oh my god, there's even more! How big is this thing? I love it when test chambers are big and fun to explore and all that jazz, but I mean, I don't often get to see it. There's so many times when it seems like the tests that I'm doing are just one and done. There's not going to be anything. It seems like they have to be a bit smaller almost. But this test chamber thus far is proving that entirely wrong. How did you manage this? I'm assuming... okay, I think I've actually figured it out. I'm assuming it was made in the Hammer mod. Hammer, for those who are not bottom flange cracked, I'm assuming that's saying? There's a CRA. Yeah, there we go, bottom flange cracked. For anyone who is not privy to the Portal 2 map creation history, as it were, okay, that was odd, as it were, basically, there was even before the Portal 2 Perpetual Testing Initiative was a thing, the map creators within the, well, admittedly, the Half-Life community and the Portal community, and pretty much just the entire shebang, had figured out that there was, in fact, a way that they could get together and make their own Portal maps, even without a map editor officially. And the way that they did this was through the use of the Hammer mod, a very robust, admittedly, modification tool that allowed them to kinda look at everything they were doing and then just make massive maps with tons of scope. And it was, admittedly, you see a lot fewer maps of this sort since the Perpetual Testing Initiative has gotten itself all jazzed up and running, but you will occasionally find one of these old maps that's just so much larger and so much more expansive than the alternatives. And I cannot fire a portal down there, so I am not entirely certain how I'm supposed to get enough momentum. Oh, never mind, I am perfectly certain how much momentum I'm going to get. Now let's see, I'm going to need a long, flat surface to get a running start, like, say, right there. And then I'm going to need a... by the way, this is a very smooth flow of gel. Goodness, it's like just a snake of the stuff. Jeez. Okay, so I think that's nearly close enough, hopefully. Hold on, let me try this again. Is that a little bit further away? Ah, there we go. Alright, I should be able to accelerate pretty much perpetually at this point. Now, what I need to do is I think I need to accelerate and then... You know, I don't actually think I'm going to need to accelerate that much. Let's just try one run and see if it gets me the momentum I need. Looks like it did. I am now safely across. Oh my god. Oh, this place. Oh, what is this? Nothing of interest. Geothermal. Terminate immediately. Test subject emancipation. Oh, there you go. Wow, this is... was this someone's office? Oh, that's miserable. Wouldn't want to work there. Could you imagine? I mean, there's being stuck in a cubicle, then there's being stuck in a room like this. God. At least they got a window, though, I suppose. You can... You know, you walk into your cold, dreary, dead office for another day of life-sucking work. You sit down at what appears to be some sort of typewriter with only about 17 buttons. You pull open your drawer, you get out the latest memo that you've been told to transcribe, and you just look across and you see... nothing. In the distance, you can sort of imagine that you see the splash of the blue bounce gel that Aperture has recently been trying to patent, but Black Mesa got to it first, so you know what, screw those guys, and you just think to yourself, man, those test subjects, you know, with the immediate and always looming threat of death, maybe those test subjects have it all right. And then you get sad. What is this? Oh, a very idealistic Cave Johnson. I'm not familiar with that portrait. Pictures, or rather... outlines of beakers and test tubes, a bit more important. Oh, there we go. Repulsion gel, yeah, whatever it's called. Oh well. It appears that we can't quite activate... What in the world? What the heck is this? And why can I grab it? Is it a... what? Why was I able to grab a button? Oh, never mind. Whatever it is, it's apparently active, I think. How was I able to grab the button? That is absolutely ludicrous. Oh well, it doesn't appear that I can get up through here. But, come on, I have a device that can create and maintain holes in space and time. You're expecting me to use an elevator? That would just be detrimental to what I'm doing. Oh, never mind. I just have to turn on the power. That was a lovely sound, wasn't it? Okay, let's see what the elevator has in store for us. That's not an elevator at all. Oh man, come on guys. Oh no, it's not an elevator at all, it's an end of a level. Oh no. And here I was getting so excited about this. Oh well. Pure Intellect Part 1, a lesson in classical physics. There we go. Ultiman, there's a reason you have 1600 ratings on this and a mostly positive score. Hammer maps are almost always thumbs up for me. And a hammer map this well made, it's really cool to see. I love seeing maps with any sort of storyline behind them, and this is going to be just really excellent, I think. So... you know what, folks? Let's splurge a bit. Let's make a longer Perpetual Testing today. Get the whole Pure Intellect series all in one episode. After all, this is what, 49? We're nearing up on 50. The 50th day of Perpetual Testing. Do you know what that means? Absolutely nothing. A lecture in reanimation. And when I say absolutely nothing, I don't mean that there's... absolutely nothing. I mean, 50 days is it's a benchmark number. It's a nice even figure that's halfway to 100. But, you know, at the same time...
The testing area is just up ahead. The quicker you get through, the quicker you'll get your $60.
Oh.
Are the compensation vouchers ready?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
$60, well... I'm never one to turn down an easy $60, so unless of course it is not in fact an easy $60 and involves running a rigorous and dangerous gauntlet of tests, in which case I don't even need the $60. Oh, it's the turret opera. Oh, wonderful. Get some nice classical going on here. These offices are considerably nicer than the other ones, though, I gotta say. Here you can look across and see just a giant pillar in the middle of everything, but at least you have carpeting, unlike those poor guys down by the... Unlike those poor guys down in the deadly water area from the previous test. Yeah, they are not really getting the long end of the stick, are they? No, sir, they're getting the shit end. Now, let's see. One thing I'm absolutely enamored with this test chamber thus far, it's just the atmosphere. There is a thing that a lot of test chambers lack, and it's no fault of theirs. It's just a fault of not really being able to work with it within the Hammer, or within the Perpetual Testing initiative. It's atmosphere. So many things you can't really get just in a single
All right, let's get
test.
started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel.
Well, I do love myself some repulsion gel, so we might as well. Let's see here. I'm assuming that I'm gonna have to place some bounce gel there, and I'd have to get to it first. Oh! Okay, right, yeah, that happens. Now let's see here. How am I supposed to get in that room? There's gotta be a way around, certainly. Some sort of path I have to take or something of that sort. I mean, I can't just fire a portal there, can I? Okay, I just wanted to make sure that I'm not missing something entirely obvious. Because that would just be embarrassing, wouldn't it? I mean, you're just sitting there for minutes or hours on end, just deliberating over how to reach a simple point, and it turns out, oh, there's just a wall I can portal to. Holes in space and time and all that. So, let's see, what are my tools? Well, I have a portable wall up there, might as well jump up. And then I have an easy means to fly across, I mean... Oh, but I don't really have... Okay, here we go. Simple enough. I just gotta fling myself up on the other side of the wall. That wasn't the right one. About that, yeah, no. So I'm not always the best at remembering which portal I'm actually supposed to use. But I'll just keep in mind I'm supposed to place my blue one here. There we go. Give me a nice fling. Ah, wonderful. We're right across the edge. You never really can tell where you've ended up with a portal fling until after it happens. I mean, it's just kind of a blur, but then again, you get the thrill of the action. Just the ability to fly gracefully through the air and end up in... Oh, look at that wallpaper. It's a bit cracked, yeah, but this person's at least on the second floor. You get a nice view of the toxic, hazardous sludge that many participants have probably tested and died in. Oh, wonderful. God, what I wouldn't give some days to be standing right there by all that wonderful hazardous sludge. Now, what did I just activate? Or deactivate, rather, an emancipation grill. Oh, well, there's something. Now, if I can just get high enough, I should actually be able to place a portal there. It's just a question of how I'm going to be able to, and that's actually a really simple question and one that I should barely even be asking. Honestly, I'm a bit embarrassed that I'd even considered asking that question beforehand. Oh, here we go. We gotta be clever now, don't we? Yes, we do. So, right through here, I'm gonna have to place my blue portal there, right under the repulsion gel. The reason for this is I'm going to have to fling some into this room where I'm standing. Once it's on the floor, I can let go of this, and I won't have to keep a portal here as much anymore, so much as I'll have to just keep a portal on the outside. My ability to jump high enough to see outside and create portals outside is going to allow me to just really easily... Oh, here we go. Create a series of portable surfaces and jumpable surfaces that I'll use to get to the exit. Easy peasy. Look at that. Now if I can figure out some way to fling myself over there, well, that'll pretty much do it, won't it? Like if I, say, put a blue portal there and an orange portal there, and then just kind of bounced on this to about maximum height in this tube, and then place my blue portal below me. Why, it might very nearly get me to the exit, or it might make a fool of me, and kind of show me up in front of all my friends. It's like I'm just kind of... I'm the one guy who's saying, hey everybody, look at this, and then promptly falling on his face when he attempts the trick and does not quite land it. Surely, though, this time I'll be able to land that trick and impress all the cool kids. Well, let me sit at the table with all the rest of them. Now let's see here. We have a lot of bounce gel, very evenly spaced. I think that if I simply use these two portals, I should be able to get through there fairly easily. I just have to get back up there even before that, because if I don't, well, there's really nowhere for me to go, is there? So orange portal there, blue portal there, just hop through here, then kind of move off. I've got bounce gel here, so I should be able to keep some fair height on this. I don't even need to keep my portals activated, so I could fly through that emancipation grill. I just gotta get the proper momentum and the proper height, so let me go ahead and bounce my head in here. There we go. Now I've got the proper height to bounce through there. Not gonna hit my head on anything and slow my fall. Except for possibly this. Let's actually lower my momentum very slightly more. There we go. Are we all nice and solid now? No problems? Alright, good. So just kind of back up for the big run and bounce like my life depends on it. Oh, come on. Oh, that was embarrassing. I can't even imagine. Can I just jump up there? Have I been trying all these tricks of the trade when all I could really do was just... Oh no, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Maybe... I do know that I bounced slightly higher on the second jump. Maybe it's that second one I'm supposed to use. No, that doesn't appear to be it either. What am I missing? Well, I've got a portable surface there. Maybe I could use that for some easy height. Whoa! Careful there. Now I just gotta get the proper momentum. Forward, and... Got it. Alright, took a couple of tries, but I'm through. And of course the arrow is pointing securely right, which means that that way is going to be locked off to me. And truth be told, I was actually going to go left anyway. Any adventure game, any adventure map, pretty much any adventure you have, if there's ever a situation where you're saying to self, you know, or you're saying to self, when you're saying to yourself,
Power up initiated.
oh dear, what have I started?
Power up complete.
Oh. Nothing too bad, it looks like. That's actually quite good. If there's ever an adventure map, though, as I was saying, you just want to make absolutely certain that you always go the way that you're not supposed to go first. I mean, that's pretty much RPG rules #1 right there. If there's something that you're supposed to do, if you go the other way, chances are you'll find some sort of... Oh, it's another portal gun. You'll find some sort of tools, or you'll find some sort of, I don't know, extras? My new boss is a robot. Huh. There you go. Encouraging those tests for employees. You know what? Aperture was on hard times. They really couldn't afford to do too much with this. Oh, and we got a big server room. God, just look at all the blinking lights. That's terrifying. Could you imagine if servers, like in computers, were actually the dangerous things? I mean, there are tons of movies about it, so surely you must be able to imagine some of it, but just... I think one of the worst parts would be all the blinking lights and all the angry robots. Oh, it would be terrible. Now, how am I supposed to get out of here is really the question. Is there some sort of switch I'm missing in this area, or... even better, is there some sort of portable surface that I need to use? I mean, there's obviously not one down there. The grass is clacked. The glass is cracked, not broken. But there isn't any broken glass here either. So where is the thing I'm missing? By the way, this music, very nice. And, you know, you don't really get to hear much of the Portal 2 soundtrack besides the robot testing or whatever it's called. Not quite sure. Robot test chamber music. There's like 4 or 5 of them. They're all used for the Perpetual Testing initiative, but it's never really something you get to hear out of. I mean, could you imagine just getting to go through a custom map and getting to hear Science is Fun? I love Science is Fun. It's one of my favorite songs. Really? I was supposed to use the computer. Or no, the computer just does something. Well, that's notable. Look at that, it's got the blue screen. Oh wait, it's blue screened. Oh, what about you? Can you help me out? Oh my god. Look at that. Oh, that is amazing. That's actually what I was supposed to do. It's a bit obtuse, I mean, but this is an adventure map after all. Oh god. What's going on with the sphere? What did I turn on? I mean, the game mentioned that I turned something on. I just have no idea what it is. I think I'd better be cautious around these next test chambers, lest I find myself facing a gruesome and unwanted fate. Should also probably watch my step, but you know what? Stairs are a bit of a hassle when you need to keep turning. That's actually what I do in public places. I don't even turn around to look at the stairs. Just kind of walk down them backwards. It's not very... it's not the most reasonable way to go downstairs, but you don't have to expend all that energy turning, and if anyone's coming up the stairs that you're going down, well, you don't even have to look at them. You can just kind of pass them by. And if they don't get out of the way, well, what are they going to say to you? You weren't looking. You couldn't have known. It was all their fault. Oh, this poor person, their lights are out. We gotta get maintenance on that post-haste. So, what do we have here? Still no test chamber, all just atmosphere. And again, atmosphere is amazing. Big fan. Is that door native to Porza? Are you quite serious? You're serious, aren't you?
Hello, test subject. Cave Johnson here, founder and CEO of Aperture Science, the best damn applied sciences company on Earth.
Cave?
How good is the science here? Get a load of this. I'm dead. Now, you're probably asking yourself, Cave, how is that possible?
Oh my god.
Or a Frankenstein, or depending on your cultural heritage, a Blackula, or a Latin Frankenstein? Nope, just science. As of this morning, I have been resurrected inside of a computer. That aside, situation normal. So, continue testing.
That was a line from the Perpetual Testing initiative. That was one of Cave's new lines, actually. So that... wow. Okay, so storyline is Cave's back, huh? Anything I can do here? No? Do I just have to pass him by? Keep moving? Oh, cool. Cave's not going to go crazy and try to murder us, though if I do remember the progression of this Cave, he was not the kindest Cave. He started to get bored with life after all the endless intellect thing sort of started to set in. Slightly disconcerting, but I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's perfectly fine. It's Cave Johnson, Aperture CEO. He wouldn't do anything to us. So where am I supposed to fly here? Oh, easy enough. It's just, in the world? Oh, I'm gonna have to go through here multiple times. I'm gonna have to activate bounce gel to place on there and wherever that flies to bounce me up to there to be able to get me out. Perfectly alright. But for now... let's run! Cool, alright, done. Oh, no handrail. I'd better be careful. Now, let's see here. Do not upload the V237 schematic. Curses! And here I was hoping we could do that just in the next couple of days. Ah, there we go. Elevator control, gel pressure, all the exciting stuff. There's the elevator. Oh, here I was laying out some elaborate scheme to get myself up. No, just an elevator. That's all I needed. Plus, with the gel pressure on, we'll actually be able to get testing once more. I mean, God, we've just been wandering around this dilapidated facility for what feels like days. Lunar sediment, test self-election. Confident enough in your work performance to unvolunteer. Do not fall down shaft. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, no, I'm on the elevator. Perfectly okay. I am, in fact, extremely acquainted with elevators by this point in my perpetual testing. I mean, it's just... I've been doing it enough that I'm simply acquainted with elevators. One in, one out of every test chamber. It's just what I do. So let's head to the last part of Pure Intellect now, shall we?
cave again. Now, I'll admit losing my body does have its drawbacks, but it's got its perks, too. As a being of pure intellect, I've now got time to read the entire literary canon of the human race. Here I go. And I am done. Continue testing.
Pretty sure he starts spicing those stories up a bit. Just a little bit. It's just, he calls someone. Someone he's going to call. I can't remember. Now, I gotta say, I like test chambers like this, where it's just me and you, the audience, and, you know, maybe a couple of extra tests. And if there is, you know, that's fine. We can deal with a couple extra tests. But it's a bit more casual, you know? A lot more calm and well-meaning and all that good stuff. Let me go ahead and get myself some bounce gel over there, by the way. Oh, that's not good. Can I place it anywhere else to get that bounce gel on the floor? I don't think I can. That's no good. Well, I'm able to bounce across, but as for getting back, can't say that I'm as acquainted with that. Still, should be easy enough. I'm assuming there's something that's going to... Yeah, platform. Easy. And now I have repulsion gel, so we're just getting right along with our wonderful little strategy of how to do this here. Ah, and I see what I'm supposed to do. We all, by this point in our testing, have become well and truly acquainted with the strategy of placing repulsion gel on the floor, followed by a stretch of propulsion gel, allowing us to easily and quickly get ourselves up to speed and bouncing. Quite handy, quite simple, and honestly, just quite useful. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do in the slightest. And then I want to place my orange back up there. Alright, there we go. So now, we've got a nice little path here that hopefully still has some... no bounce gel at the end. It's a bit of a problem. So let's place our blue and orange. Yeah, there we go. Come on. Then our blue portal back over at the other end to make sure no more gel is coming through. Ah, wonderful. Nice little jump for us. I should have taken that cube. Let's try that again. Once more, but with actual feeling. Hup. There we go. Leave it on there. Doors open. Yeah, no, but storyline test chambers are definitely a bit more colloquial. Allows me to just kind of chill out, relax, enjoy the ride. I don't have to explain my thought process and test quite as much as I might have to otherwise. And you know what? That's okay from time to time. I'm not as worried about making sure that you guys kind of know what I'm thinking with my strategies in the test chambers, and you know how I'm planning to kind of get across through each individual puzzle and each individual challenge. Instead, I can focus a lot more on just talking to you guys, having a good time, shooting the breeze, as it were. And that's nice and calming from time to time, as is. I think that's one of the great parts of the Perpetual Testing Initiative. I don't really have to worry about all that jazz of trying to keep everything real and professional and all that. I can just kind of have fun with it. You know what I mean? I know what I mean. Now it appears we're going to have some bounce gel on the ground there, very end. Might as well make it nice and spread out there. Easy. Just get that all nice and covered. Good. Yeah, there we go. Got a nice little platform there. Now, orange back over there, blue right over here. And I should be able to make my jump across now. But even with my relative confidence in my abilities, I always like to quick save. Though I'm pretty sure as this map is made in Hammer, it probably has its own quick save opportunities all by itself. Oh, look at this. They even get a television when they're watching these things. Swanky. They're probably like just looking at these televisions, just watching the ball game or the latest reruns of, I don't know, what shows ran when Aperture was on. When Aperture was at its peak. An arrow. See that? That's great direction. I wouldn't have seen that until I walk around. I see this. I've been going back to there a lot lately. Maybe I'm supposed to place something there, but no. The map creator shows me just look up, you massive idiot. And I look up, and I'm able to move forward. Truly, they have made the map for even the simplest of us, for I think I very nearly qualify as the simplest of us. Whoa. Oh my. Would you look at this? Do not touch the cookies, Carolyn. Those are cookies? Are you quite sure?
Welcome, gentlemen, to Aperture Science.
Whoa.
Astronaut.
That just played.
No, it came in under the door. It's leaching off all my skin.
Cookie Monster? Really? Really? I have a feeling that was a bit of an Easter egg, huh? Yeah, probably. Oh, that closes the door. Really? Oh. What? I think your door may be slightly bugged. It doesn't seem to be quite as securely planted as it used to be. Anyway, that's a nice little thing. I've been pressing a lot of things in this test chamber that I wouldn't have. So, I figured, maybe that's it. Turns out, I actually found a bit of an Easter egg. A cookie-based Easter egg. Does that make it a Cadbury egg? Like, it's because it's candy in the egg? Maybe not. It could be. Don't know for certain. What do we got here, though? Nothing but an ashtray. This seems a bit more dark. That's, it's a little bit foreboding. Darkness and all that. Oh, another button. Well, the first one did something. That one does not, though, so take that for what it's worth. Not every one of those buttons is going to do something, which means I was just very lucky with my first guess there. What I was not lucky in, though, is choosing how to get through here, but, like, just if you consider the possibility of, say, a test chamber not entirely made for, or a facility not entirely made for people who don't have, you know, devices for creating holes in space and time. Well, just space. Three-dimensional space. I mean, this wouldn't really be a very important room, would it? You got a bunch of walls, you got a floor, that's about it. I'm starting to think that Aperture Science may have not had the most reliable contractors of all time. Now, what I am trying to figure out is what in the world that field is. I'm going to just go ahead and assume it's deadly, since that seems a fairly safe assumption to make for anything made by Aperture Science from about the start to the end of their existence. But as for exactly what makes it deadly, I am not entirely certain. I mean, I definitely got something there. Not entirely sure what that something is supposed to do for me. But it's definitely an open area. Oh, looks like I've got some gel just kind of floating there. I should probably disconnect blue. Allow orange to... No, I want to disconnect orange. Damn it. Because I want the gel to be able to just kind of fly down and hit there. So... some of it, at least? Yeah, okay, I got some bounce gel there. And we'll put blue over there. Easy enough. Alright. What do I got over here? Door doesn't open. Fair enough. We got boxes. Never really see those. Can't pick them up. Not Gordon Freeman. Don't have the devices necessary. What I do have is the ability to fly. Okay. Wait. Did I just not die? Oh, God. It's not deadly. Here I am thinking this whole time that that thing's gonna kill me if I touch it. It turns out it's just there to impede my progress. That is a lot more reasonable than a field that immediately kills me and makes sure that I'm maimed beyond repair. Though, given the track record for Aperture Science, I would not be surprised if the latter showed up in some way, shape, or form. But how do I manage to get up? That is the question. I mean, I got a couple of... I got a very boarded up wall here. So how am I supposed to get over? Oh, boxes. Doing just a bit of exploration. Well, I suppose that was the name of the third chamber. A lesson in exploration. Am I supposed to... Oh, here we go. Always gotta keep an eye out for the stranger thing in the environment. In this case, that stranger thing was just a single hole that I could use to get through. And for example, right here, That is the stranger thing in my environment, and I can guarantee that I am probably supposed to go that way. Probably. Maybe. Still, it seems a fairly safe bet, and... oh, here we go. Circuit breakers. Just what I need. Can I activate any others? Of course not. But I'm guessing that little elevator platform where I was, yeah, there we go. Easy open door for me, and things are a bit shaky here in Aperture Science today. Bit less, reliable than they are in the future Perpetual Testing Initiative. That's... is that a loudspeaker? What is that?
I like your style. You make up your own rules, just like me.
Thank you, Cave. Oh, but I think this might be the end of the test chamber, which would make me unspeakably sad, because there did not appear to be a Pure Intellect 4. It just wasn't there. Maybe it's still in the making. Maybe it's already made, and I just didn't find it. Bottom line is, the Pure Intellect series was good. I liked it. It was good just hanging out, exploring a well-made map. Really well-made map. Hammer, granted, so all you Perpetual Testing Initiative folks who are making maps in the map editor, don't worry. This is entirely beyond your scope. Don't feel bad. This is back from the days when maps were maps and map creators weren't assisted by in-game interfaces. Admittedly, that wasn't a great time. In-game interfaces like the one for the Perpetual Testing Initiative are actually very useful, and the PTI as a whole is just exceptionally cool in its ability to, I don't know, give the layman the ability to test others. Granted, this can result in some Wheatley level testing from time to time, but you know what? I think that's okay. I think that's perfectly okay, as a matter of fact. So you know what? Pure Intellect, this was a good map, but I don't think you needed me telling you that. They've got high ratings after hundreds of votes. And I'm not always going to be looking at maps that people have sent me for the Perpetual Testing Initiative, but sometimes it's just good to relax, sit back, and enjoy an entirely different type of map from time to time. And this was one of those times. Thanks for watching, everyone, and as always, this has been PA, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!